I am Father Janssen, and today we will be studying human nature and sin. Our ability to process data is impressive. There is more that we do not know than what we know about our world or our universe. That capacity to reflect, that capacity to think. Who are we that we dare to interpret our universe? That we have put an object to fly into the sky and beyond our atmosphere? How is it possible that we invented lenses to see things as small as an atom or as large and as far away as a black hole? Or how have we managed to see so many things in the universe? Impressive phenomena. As the psalmist would say in chapter 8, reflecting a little on this, when I see the sky that you yourself made, and the moon and the stars that you put in it, I think, who is man? Who is the human being? Why do you remember him and care for him? For you made him almost like a god. You surrounded him with honor and dignity. You gave him authority over your works. You put him above everything. Speaking of our nature, we are an incredible species with an ability to build great cities and overcome the greatest natural obstacles. But we are also a species that has a dark side. Selfishness separates us every day, and insensitivity is hitting our world as never before. It is worth worrying about understanding our human nature. We believe that God created us, either as part of an evolutionary process or as a miraculous awakening in the middle of this planet. He has established laws that dominate our nature. It is something similar to what the manufacturer of a car does, that we have been built with a structure that requires certain conditions to be able to function, or, as we all know it, to be able to live. We need air, water, and food, which are the fuel that our body or vehicle requires for life. We also have an internal structure that we know very little about. It's like a computer software. It allows us to think deeply, interpret the complex world around us, and sometimes quite unconsciously, it helps us coordinate the movement of billions of individual parts of our body in an impressively synchronized way, all without us ever needing to consciously say or do a single thing to make it happen. It's our human nature, so complex and wonderful all at once. How can we not recognize the existence of a God of life behind such a fascinating creation? The ancients considered that our nature is formed by a tangible part and an intangible one, the body and the soul, or the body and the spirit. Recalling the text of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, in verse 5, when we are invited to worship God, it describes the possible parts that make up the life of a human. This text reminds us of the following: love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. It was something so natural to try to love in all the dimensions that make up the life of a human. This text, in some way, reveals to us the ideas that our ancestors had about the different dimensions of the life of a human being: heart, soul, and strength. We could say, love God with feelings, love God with thoughts, and love God in the body. In this path of love that Jesus of Nazareth brings us, it is also the path of discovering oneself within, being born again. God is interested in us discovering more of our nature every day, and being able to better understand our world and its people. What is sin? There are so many ways we can use to explain this, but I prefer to take the path of simplicity, and hopefully I can help you understand this side of our human nature. Some Hebrew terms invite us to see sin as failing or missing the mark. Sinning is nothing more than making a mistake. The question we must ask ourselves is, have we ever made a mistake, or have you ever made a mistake? If we are honest, we will say that many times we have made mistakes. It is in our nature to fail, to err, to make mistakes. But it is also in our nature to try as many times as necessary until we hit the mark, until we achieve the proposed goal. I think that is what God wants. Not for us to see how many times we have fallen, but for us to be determined to move forward until we reach our goal or life purpose. Original sin is the hereditary guilt proposed by some theologians in their interpretation of the first sin in primeval history, speaking a bit about Adam and Eve. In the 9th article of the 39 Declarations of Faith of the Anglican Church, it says the following: that original sin is the vice and corruption of the nature of every man, who is naturally engendered from the lineage of Adam. Perhaps it is a way for theologians of antiquity to interpret our ability to make mistakes and err. I would like to start this part with a question. Could it be that we can overcome sin? Well, the answer we must find in our hearts. On one occasion, Jesus, in the midst of the domestic trial that a group of men wanted to apply to a woman they supposedly found in an impure act, a beautiful dialogue arises, and something we can learn. We can review it in the Gospel of John in chapter 8. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees then brought a woman whom they had caught committing adultery. They put her in the middle of everyone present and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman has been caught in the very act of committing adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone this kind of woman to death. What do you say?" They asked this to test him, and thus have something to accuse him of. But Jesus bent down and began to write on the ground with his finger. Then, as they continued to ask him, he straightened up and said to them, "Let the one among you who's without sin be the first to throw stone." I truly believe that this specific phrase can help us better understand whether sin deeply affects every single aspect of our human nature. It is really a profound way to understand how we make mistakes, and more importantly, how many times throughout the course of a single day we find ourselves making those same mistakes all over again. Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her. And once more he bent down and wrote on the ground. But when they heard it, they went away one by one, beginning with the older ones. It doesn't matter if they were young or old, with this action they all recognized that they were sinners. In the dialogue with the woman accused of breaking the moral norms of the time, Jesus said to her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" She said, "No one, Lord." And Jesus said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and from now on sin no more." I'll hold on to these words of love from Jesus. Neither do I condemn you. Now go and sin no more. I believe that sin is closely linked to our human nature, but we also have a unique strength to correct our course. Definitely, we will have to bear the consequences of our mistakes, but there will always be an opportunity to adjust our course and to direct our lives toward the horizon that the message of Jesus points out to us. A horizon of life, a horizon of hope, of faith, and above all, a horizon of love. In the guide, you will find some Christian beliefs about human nature and also about sin. Take some time and delve deeper into these truths.